Hi all. So I just got off the treadmill and the other night I was talking to this girlfriend of mine, and she's known me since I was, rebel yell, we'll say. Okay. And her and I did a lot of rebel yelling out there in the world. Anyway, she and I were catching up. We reconnected after like a 25-year period of silence. And we didn't talk from like the end of December until, now. So we were doing a little catch up. And she mentions this guy, Matthias De Stefano. And she's like, yeah, a lot of what you say, like, just really aligns with him. And so, like, I open up Google and I, like, look up his face. And I'm like, I can't even look at this guy. Like, I don't know what it is about him. Like, I can't even look at him because it just, like it just activates shit inside of me. I can't even look at him right now. So I put it aside. It's funny. It's 10:10 right now. Judgment, completing cycles, maybe. And as I'm going through this, right, we're talking and everything. And I don't know if it like was part of this remembrance for me, because I had been channeling earlier that day. And I was writing the chapters for the new book, okay, Souls in the Light Field, to go along with the fire codes, okay, the fire and the water codes. And all of a sudden, this like darkness came over me. And it's kind of been coming and going in waves. Could have been some of that moon energy, right? Coming and going in waves. But part of what has been channeling for the last few weeks, right, as I've been doing the Patreon videos, and the first one is on YouTube now, came out on the 15th, so you can go find that in the Energetic Conversations playlist. But it was that the feminine and the masculine have had these new hearts that have been born, okay? Now, it's really interesting because so I couldn't watch Matthias, okay? So then all of a sudden I'm on the treadmill tonight and this video pops up and it's Matthias. And it wasn't on his channel, so I can't guarantee that it was brand new, but it felt like it was new. It just went up on this channel 7 days ago, but to me it felt like it was 7 days ago. All right, but he was talking about how he had wanted to work with the dragon, which those of you that have followed me know about the dragon. And if you've read either of my books, you know that the dragon has played a very important part of the last year in my work. And even last year, I started seeing the dragon in the tree outside of my house. And he couldn't do what he wanted to do to work with the dragon. And so he was like, oh, I've got to go inward. And when he started to go inward, and I haven't finished this video, as he started to go inward, he just felt disconnected. Like he was like, I'm going to all these places and I am, connecting with these sacred spots. And I get into this meditation and the only thing that I'm connecting with in meditation is me. And I was like, it just felt to me like confirmation, because he started talking about how all of these nodes, okay, are hearts connected. And he starts talking about the book of Anna, okay, who is, we just got dark. We are getting dark, people. He's talking about the book of Anna, who is Mary's mother, and how she was talking about the activation of the pyramids, that they are machines, okay? And it's funny, I always talk about us being machines, and all of a sudden, all this recoding that's coming to me this year is about us reactivating ourselves, right? And it's all energy. So if we're energy, then the pyramids are energy, right? So we are just part of the activation process. And he says, what the one sentence that stood out to him was that it takes the unconscious heart to activate this. And it's so interesting because, right, like I do feel like a lot of those that have had their, their hearts awakened recently over the last few years, that they now have this new heart, right? It's the high heart chakra, the new heart that has been born and activated within us. And it's just really interesting because I feel that the first activation was our unconscious heart. And now we're activating our conscious heart, okay, our higher heart. And so, yeah, that can come with some of that clearing out of emotions. Because I had a few of those old emotions come to surface. Now, in 2019, when my heart activated, right? Because I was already pretty freaking woo my whole life, right? So I've always been like the channeler, the astral planer. Okay, I've always been in all of that. But it was suddenly like full on woo. But it came with, like, all of a sudden it was like my heart, my whole life, I had closed my heart, okay? Closed my heart. It was a very protected little shell, okay? And 2019 just like beat the shit out of it and opened it up. And all of a sudden, like, I was conscious that I had a heart and had all these emotions and had all of this desire and wanting to heal, but I didn't really know how to do that, right? Like, how am I going to heal? I've done all of these things, right? Like, I've done nutrition, I've done fitness, I've done aromatherapy, I've done energy healing, right? I've channeled. What am I going to do to heal myself? Nothing is moving this energy. And so the end of 2019, I was really dark, which probably that's why the light went dark, right? Like, I was really dark. Like, I was like ready to leave this planet, sort of an energy, okay? And 2020, I was told, at the beginning of 2020, you're going to take off Lent from social media and you're going to start this YouTube channel. And so when I say to you guys in readings that you do not know how much you mean to me, that's how much you mean to me, okay? Because starting this channel saved my life, right? Literally. Because it brought me the fire shaman, Emily, who I write about in From the Diary of Woo, who then somehow, right, through the energy, then activated a door opening who brought me Itzhak, who started training me in shamanism in this very deep energy field. And Herman, okay, who was there to kind of like keep me on track, keep me grounded. And just really, crazy stuff. My legs are killing me. I was sitting on my knees. I'm sitting down here with the dogs, right? So I go through all of that, and my spirit guides start changing everything. And as I start doing that, I'm starting to change here right on the channel, right? And it grows really fast. And then as I start changing, it grows really slow. It's like, not everyone's ready for this consciousness, right? So then it goes really slow. Let's see if I can make some more room here for my legs before they go to sleep. So there you have it, right? So then all the channeled information started coming in, and Ophiuchus and the blue rays and the meteorins and, like the star celestial codes and everything. All this stuff starts coming in. And then with the beginning of this year, there is that, right, new heart. And with the new heart came some of the old pains. And I don't know if any of you guys are feeling it. I am definitely feeling it. Okay. The feminine and the masculine are growing, okay, in such amazing ways within us and within our connections. And so, it is very important for us to remember, right? There's a lot of new activation within us. And sometimes that's going to move stuff up to the surface that we really are not ready to deal with, right? So, yeah, I've had a little owie in my chest the last couple days. So I just wanted to come in and say hey and do a little bit of pulling some cards, okay? I'm going to start with the feminine. All right, our feminine. Even though I did the masculine embodiment today for Patreon, right, I started with the feminine. And the last part of what came out for the masculine and feminine today was that the feminine, and this is also very aligned to what's coming out in the channel book, right? There's a storm coming. And the feminine sees the storm and is ready to walk barefoot into it, okay? But the masculine isn't seeing it that way yet, right? The masculine, and this is what came to me, okay? The masculine is moving at a slower rate right now than the feminine. The feminine is still in her chaos, okay? Chaos. The feminine is still in her chaos, so she's moving really fast, okay? So she sees the storm, and she is intentionally walking towards the storm. The masculine is like, I don't see the storm, I just see a dust cloud, okay? That's because the masculine is a little bit like in a time dilation from the feminine. And I don't really know how all of that is real of mine, but on my TV, there's been the moon, and there's robots, and there's a dragon, And there's the ship. All right. There's my Space Needle. And there's my King of Cups hanging off of the tower. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. All right. So 10 of Wands. The feminine, right, is, again, carrying all of this, like, older heart energies. Okay. And just kind of carrying it with her right now. 2 of Pentacles. But she sees these steps, right? She sees that these are all steps into this alignment, okay? Into this alignment of where she's going. Okay, and it's almost as if she's trying to form this antenna, okay? Just really activate the alignment of the feminine and the masculine codes, okay? Yeah, there's the ship. There's the King of Cups. Okay. See, the King of Cups here is really working right now with the Record Keeper. The Record Keeper came out a few times in my prep for the Soul Path readings that start next week. And it's the well, and it really is, right? I feel like it's really aligned to Pluto, because Pluto is going to be in an aspect in every single Mercury retrograde, okay? And so it's important that we know that Pluto's there correcting our course. And there's the feminine, okay? For the next 2 weeks, the feminine, okay? 9 of Swords, having all of that old pain coming up to the surface, feeling, you know, even like feelings towards my body, like I'm like, ooh, cover up, like, ugh. Okay, there's still some of that old energy resurfacing. Yeah, the masculine here, okay, Page of Swords, they're holding on to this wish, going through, they're trying to learn, they're trying to educate themselves. And the wish is still blowing ahead, right? They see the storm, they see that there is that, right, the cloud, the dust cloud coming in, and the wind, they do sense the wind. And it is carrying some of this wish of theirs forward. But it was interesting because in today's channeling, right, the masculine really is trying to see things through the feminine's side, right? But they're afraid of, right, they don't want to mess up, like they've just gotten their sight kind of aligned of what they're doing and where they're going, and they don't want to fuck it up, so to speak, okay? Sorry for the language. Right, and here we've got our Magician, okay? The feminine, the swan, the divine feminine energy here, right? The masculine is, that's what the masculine is holding on to, is the wish, right? They do want to manifest their divine counterpart. Doesn't have to be, you know, male and female. Take it as it resonates for you. Okay, and here we have the Empress. The feminine is got to go through this rebirth, right? And it comes back to, she has to let go of all of those flowers, right? So she's rebirthing these new flowers. That's why she's excited for the storm, right? Bring on the rain. I need to cleanse myself, and I need to grow new. Okay, again, like I said, the masculine, King of Swords, trying to see through a different view, trying to see what this feminine is seeing, okay? But the feminine's hiding, right? Because of this, all of these wounds coming up. Yeah, 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay, the feminine at this point is like, I will do anything. Let me show you in the upright, okay? You see, we've got the shadow of the masculine, okay, with the feminine, but it came in the reverse, all right? The feminine is kind of, right, it's like this energy of I'm digging, I'm burying, I'm working through this, anything to not have to dig back into the shadows of the masculine. And this really has to do with the wounding, okay? And I feel like this could be lifetimes of wounding. And the feminine is trying really hard not to repeat lessons of the past. And I can speak from my own experience, okay? Bottom here, we've got the 9 of Cups. Again, right? Loving yourself, working on yourself, right? Reimagining those cups through these lifetimes, because my last lifetime, I did run, okay? I ran, and when I ran right into this new life because you know how spirit is and the universe and our higher selves are like, well, that's not what we were here to learn. Get back in there, girl, right? Here I am. So I did. I ran from one life dealing with fear and abandonment into a new life dealing with fear and abandonment. Okay, so the masculine here. Okay, yeah, they're not traveling very fast right now. My Hermit card here in reverse. They've come through this portal, right? Birthing this new heart. They're not moving very fast. They've got new insight that's come to them. New third eye activation. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Okay, they are trying to use that dragon energy, okay, that serpent energy, right, to break through this broken heart, this lock on the heart. It's almost as if they don't realize yet fully that they've activated the higher heart. And so again, like Mateus was saying, he's like, I'm not connected, right? I'm not connected because there's a higher heart now. And so the masculine energy feels disconnected in a way, but they're actually connected in a very different way. Okay, yeah, joy. Again, they're walking through the desert. They don't see the storm. They just see the dust approaching, and they feel very happy, right? Because they've got this new insight, and they're walking beside the feminine, even if they are not walking physically with the feminine. There's probably an understanding within them that there is love there. Okay. Yeah, I feel that they are done with their old soul contracts, okay, broken. They are done with those old soul contracts. But again, they're trying to understand this feminine rebirth, which could also be partially inside of themselves. Okay, this doesn't have to all be you and them, right? And they're showing me here okay, that here comes the messenger at the very, very top, okay? High priestess energy moving in. And the masculine trying to speak to the feminine. And that came through in the channeled message this morning. You'll see that in a few weeks when that video comes out if you're not on Patreon. But like the masculine was talking, but the feminine, it was like deaf ears because they were just walking towards this storm. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. From broken to celebration, right? From broken to celebration. The masculine wants that action to bring things into some sort of collaborative aspect here. Yeah, they really want to get it done here. Okay, tempted, my Knight of Wands, sort of an energy there. But at the bottom, okay, they still feel disconnected. That's why they want that physical. Okay, the masculine, their higher heart, they're like, I don't understand. And so they're really craving that physical connection to kind of solidify that what I feel is real. So what's some advice here, Spirit? Thank you. Of course, weight. Okay. Gravity. Feminine. All right. You're up in your head about the gravity of this situation. How do you simplify it? How do you simplify your feelings? Okay. Yeah, you need to allow the new beginning. Okay. And know here that, again, they want me to show you joy. Okay. Feminine, I feel like you're going to go through a portal. Okay. That's part of this path that you're on. Every full moon is going to be for the next 6. So 7 total. Okay. 7 total full moons at the same degree. Okay. But, right, the masculine here, they're going through this portal. They're walking towards it. They don't see the storm. The storm is the portal. Okay. The feminine is craving it. The masculine is coming, right? But at a different aspect of all of this. Yeah, and it's leading to the North Node, okay? It's leading to the heart nodes. It's leading to the adaption of this new heart. And we're magnetically drawn there, okay, for our rebirth. So that we are completing this old cycle and activating our new consciousness. And none of that would have been possible, right? And I feel like we are the teachers for the unconscious hearts that did not activate. Okay? Yeah. They didn't activate because those that didn't activate didn't do it because of old fears, right? Comforts of home. But they have a place, right? They have a place here to actually be a part of the activation that still needs to take place. Okay, and here we have it, the motion, the air. The masculine, when they start to see the storm, what they're going to see in the storm is themselves. Okay, I see the horse and rider as the horse as the masculine energy. Okay, they will start to see the horses. I feel like these are the horses of the 5 elements. Okay, coming in. And I wrote last year when I did the beginning of Celestial Spark for Aquarius, I wrote about the underwater volcanoes and what would happen if there was an eruption. And then we just had a big eruption there in Tonga, which is just devastating. But I feel like we're going to see all 5 elements, okay? And that's what the masculine sees coming forward. But the feminine, okay, just sees getting through this, out of the storm to the top of the mountain, right? The mountain under heaven, right? To get that clarity of that messenger that's coming towards them. Yeah, and there's the volcano. Okay, this is the power activation of fire. Okay, coming through. And that's also why the activation codes to me are coming through with fire and water together. All right. Yeah. Okay, because we need the water and the fire to spark that electricity. I feel like this is this next step that almost feels a little bit like a tower moment. I mean, I did see the lightning bolts. If you watch the explosion, you'll see the lightning bolts. I feel like that electricity was the activation of our high hearts. Really turning them on. And the feminine tears came through as well. The masculine was seeing the feminine tears. And there it is. Okay. What the feminine is going through right now, we're meant to be going through feminine hearts. Okay. You're meant to be going through this pain, as the masculine really is the alchemy of the transmuting, okay, of these 5 elements. And it will be birthing something within you, but you are feeling like you need to pull back, right? Right? Like, that's how I feel. Send me to the highest mountain and I'll grow up there, right? It's very much this new energy, our new heart, our new emotions, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, so I'm going to unstick myself from underneath my table. I've got the doggy and the doggy. All right. They're showing me at the bottom of the Divine Masculine deck here, okay, the 3 of Pentacles. there is a burning away of, I feel like, some of the layers of society, okay, to get to this. Yeah, because the south is on the bottom here, which is the serpent. Okay, our path here is through the shedding of some things here. Okay, especially within the government, right? Control. We're shedding some of these feelings of being controlled. I feel that a lot with the feminine, with what's been going on in the United States and Texas. I feel a lot of that in the feminine. Okay, again, right? The celestial codes, they are coming in for a reason, right? 7. What did I say? And that's 7 sisters, the swan, okay, which is the water codes, which I am working on right now. And there we have the feminine working in the water. Okay, the 7 sisters. Yeah, and the masculine, I feel like, will find the way to get their voice active so that the feminine can hear it as we go through this. But it's a process, right? It's a process on both sides, and it's not a sinking ship, right? It's not. It feels that way at times, but it is not. It is old crap. So let it go. Sayonara. Have a nice trip. Bon voyage. All right. Cleansing it off. So I hope that you guys are all doing well through all of this. I hope that none of you are feeling as emotionally as I am, but you probably are. And I do appreciate all of you, and I always say that you are, in a lot of ways, you are my grace. Okay? So do not forget that. I love you guys. Have a beautiful rest of the week, and I will see you next time. All right? Bye.